The pandemic has amplified, it's magnified the social gaps that already existed in our society. You know that famous saying that we've all been in the same COVID storm, but in different boats? Well, the reality is that there are many families who've not had a boat at all. They've been left clinging to a life raft, to a piece of wood floating in the water, drowning. Through the pandemic, many children have fared well away from school. They've been able to have the support that they needed, the space that they needed, the peace that they needed, and they've had the digital devices that they needed and the social confidence to be able to use them. But for other children, their parents have had to be away from home because they're on 0 hours contracts, struggling to survive financially. They've had to leave the home. Their children haven't had that same support.
Our income dropped by more than half. We didn't all have the luxury from working from home. My partner would have to travel on public transport to work because we couldn't afford to buy him a bike.
I've talked with more than one family, many families, who have to make the choice between whether to pay the monthly rental for broadband or for food or for heat in their crowded flat.
I've been living in 1 bedroom with my kids and we had no access to playground or garden.
We have lots of vulnerable people on the estate, people suffering from mental health, dealing drugs, people committing suicide on the estate.
In those conditions and those circumstances, it's been so difficult for children to engage. Our national leaders talk endlessly about educational attainment. Well, the reality is we should be talking about readiness to learn, because there are so many children who've been left behind. They don't have and haven't had access to learning.
There's a lot of toxic relationships, and we see more symptoms of that coming out as well for children with low literacy levels, not able to concentrate in school, not able to actually engage well.
They say that trauma that you don't deal with, in the end, always deals with you. That's why the work that we're doing here is so important.
Nurture is a really exciting new pilot scheme that we're bringing to Waterloo in September. We're bringing 5 teams of people into the school. So we're bringing some private social workers in to assess the kids and keep them safe. We're bringing legal services in to help with paperwork, housing, whatever's needed. We're going to rally together and collect lots of essential items like food, clothes, shoes, books, whatever's needed. We're going to do psychotherapy services for the most vulnerable kids that need it. And finally, we're going to get the kids out and about to experience some joyful experiences. We've all been locked up for a long time, and it is so important now that we get these kids out and about experiencing the world. So there's the 5 services, and what we're starting to realise is that schools are no longer just there to provide maths, English, books, broadband, that we have to see this more holistically, and that the role of the school is really the cornerstone in the community, and it's there to provide everything that a child needs to grow up and function in society. And this is what this project is doing. It's leveraging on the school, but bringing the school into the 21st century.
Picking children up from home to get them to school, to ensure that they're actually attending. Food provision, experiences that are positive for the whole family, trying to encourage physical activity and creativity through sports and craft and all manner of things creative if we can. We're trying to build relationship and build trust with families who have often had challenging experiences, to enable them to access the support that they might require, but also to be part of a community where they can support one another and feel empowered and a sense of belonging.
This is a brand new, groundbreaking scheme, and if we can get the help and we can get the leverage we need, this is going to affect the lives of millions of people.
So I urge you to give your time, to give your expertise, to give your money, to become part of this project.
We've all been separated. Let's all come together and make a difference.
Together we can and we must level up for everyone.